Greetings everyone. Hope you all are fine and think of your health, all sort of health, emotional health, mental health, physical health, because except health, everything is secondary. Prioritize health, nature and peace of mind. Rest all things are secondary, temporary and not stable. Last week, in Mindful of Patriotism, I circulated one reel, a very good reel. Many of you have seen, maybe. On that, it was written, the officers or the politicians, whosoever, take the bribe must send donations to the God. God will clean sins of them. Corruption and pollution and virus, these three things are very tough. So watching this, maybe a patriotism inside me, respecting India and Indians and humanity. The father of the nation, late Mahatma Gandhi, came in my dream. Very fortunately. Many of you may be knowing Mahatma Gandhi, great Indian leader of the past. We say him the father of the nation in India. His weapon was non-violence and peace. So he came in my dream, and that's the thumbnail. Whatever was in my mind, that he discussed, you circulated the reel, full of patriotism. Bribe or commission or tip must be out of the system. I told yes. I literally remember he told, why don't you remove the money? Whosoever politician wants to work as in social service sector, he should work. Whosoever wants to be a civil servant, do civil services, let them do. You remove the money and pay them only subsistence allowance. Because the problem is money. Lot of talk happened in dream only. Dream is dream. And on general discussion, I remember Mahatma told me, how is India? What is cheapest nowadays in India? I told the cheapest is the crowd. In India, the crowd is very cheap. And crowd, just you fall in anywhere in India, 20 people will come, surround you. But those 20 people, none of them will be of your use. No one will be ready for first aid. All will make your video. You open the shop, crowd will come, but no one will be real buyer. You create the Facebook, lot of crowd will come, but rarely people will be participating. So crowd is very cheap in India. Easily you can collect and find. But crowd is crowd. A lot of philosophers told so many things, wise things, intelligent things about the nuisance of the crowd. So especially to you, Gen X, Gen X I am, to especially to you, Gen Z and Gen Alpha, as Gen Z is very transparency level, and the transparency of the Gen Z gives hope to the world that in future very soon the world will be corruption free, because Gen Z is loving. I watch, I observe. Gen Z is loving their transparency. They are not corrupt, so corrupt. And Gen Alpha, they are quick entrepreneurs, full of entrepreneurship, fast. But the change Gen Z will bring, I'm very hopeful, I'm very positive, because they are transparency level, they are least corrupted. I personally observe Gen Z and Gen Alpha. So you Gen Z and Gen Alpha, please note down, crowd is of no use. I remember one poet, Samuel Taylor, in his poem The Rime of Mariner, he wrote very beautifully. Water, water, water everywhere, but none drop to drink. A mariner is in ship in between ocean. He is watching lot of water around him, but while he is thirsty, but he could not afford to drink the water because of the salty sea water. So crowd is like the ocean water. Lot of people you will find in the crowd, but none of the use. Maybe for the use of show off. So I advise Gen Z and Gen Alpha that work or plan in reverse of the crowd. If crowd is doing something, you do different. Because if crowd is there, definitely there will be bubble, and that will burst sooner or later. One philosopher very well said, if river is going and at the end river has to fall down in the waterfall, so crowd will move towards the flow of the river, and at the end they will sink. But if you want to be better, if you want to be intelligent, if you want to be leader, you have to go opposite to the mainstream. That is tough, hard work, but as a leader you have to choose it. So in your future, note down Gen Z and Gen Alpha. Crowd will confuse you. Crowd will snatch your ability to think, to analyze, to rationalize. Always stand out of the crowd to make decisions. Out of crowd, not physically, it means out of the idea of the crowd. If crowd is saying x plus y is equal to xy, don't believe that maybe x plus y is equal to different. So think like that. And either you do business or job or leadership, never conclude on the crowd, in the basis of the crowd. So it was my message, a small message, my tryst with the father of the nation. Take care. See you.